What's up, YouTube? Okay, got a fun battle for tonight, but before we get to this battle, let's do a question of the day. So, what is your favourite flying type Pokemon? Leave a comment in the comment section. It can be like a dual flying type or just a normal flying type. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'd like to see that. So I've been working on a new team this week, so I haven't really had lots of time to do any battles with my latest team. So I had a couple of battles, I don't know, about an hour or so ago, and had a couple of good ones and interesting ones as well. So I thought I'd put these up for tonight. So this one was against Ambisol from my Twitch chat. So if you want to have a chance to battle me as well, I do hang out in my Twitch chat every day, which is in the description of the video, if you'd like to have a look at that. Yeah, so let's get on to this battle anyway. So I haven't actually done too many battles with this team. I did a lot on stream, but I haven't actually done a lot during the week. So I wanted to get a couple more knocked out with this team before I sort of go into my next team. Okay, so Lopunny is going to be starting off. Wasn't sure whether it was a choice scarf user or not. Most of them are because of the Klutz ability. Okay, so it's just going to fake out me, get a little bit of damage on me. I didn't really fear it that much because I knew that I could pretty much take it out. Okay, so I went for I went Bonerang anyway. I was half thinking of going for Stone Edge, thinking of that miss, but I thought, oh, it doesn't really matter. So I know Sleep Powder's coming, so I'm going to swap Squirrel and Frisk out the item. So it's got a Focus Sash as well. At least I get to see the item before I sort of go no-nos. And there's nothing I can really do here. I know that he's going to Quiver Dance on the swap, and I've got Probus to swap into that because it pretty much tanks all of Butterfree's moves, like Bug Buzz, Psychic, any flying types, like any types of moves like that. It really can't hit me at all, even with its most strongest attacks. So it's going to go for Psychic. That's not going to do anything to me at all with that boost up. Even just does nothing. I'm going to take this opportunity to set Stealth Rock up on the field because I know a couple of his teammates are weak to that, and plus it's got nice residual damage anyway. Okay, so I thought, well, I may as well just go for Volt Switch here, get some momentum, and maybe get some damage on this Butterfree as well. I think I get critted there with, yeah, I definitely get critted. That does a little bit more than normal. Okay, so I get some damage off, break the sash at least, which is good. Now, I didn't have a lot to actually swap into this thing, and I wish I would have had Power Gem instead, but I was running a little bit different moveset. I'm actually going to swap one of my moves out that I don't really use all that often. So into Togetic, I knew I could obviously tank all that. Now, in comes Gigalith. I wasn't really sure if it was going to try and set Stealth Rock up or just go for straight for like Stone Edge, maybe Iron Head or something. So I just went for Flame. I went for Flamethrower on the switch anyway, so I didn't get the burn. So I thought, well, there's no point me staying in here because I'll probably get annihilated if I don't get like a boost. So I'm going to go into Marowak again. And as I sort of thought, he's going to set Stealth Rocks up on the field. It's not going to be really good for my it's not really going to be too good for my Togetic. Now, in comes Big Heart. Unfortunately, I went for Iron Head here. I wish I went for Ground type move because I would have been able to destroy this thing, but that's not going to be the case. I sort of thought something else would come in instead, maybe the Butterfree again. Okay, so there's not much I can really do to that, and I don't want to risk getting one-shotted by Scald or burned or anything like that. So I'm just going to go straight into Huntail here. I probably should have been a little bit more patient in this battle. I wanted to like stop all the stalling and just get straight into try and get some damage on this thing. Okay, I knew that had Scald. I wasn't too sure if it had I know that had Scald. It probably have Scald, Wish, Protect. Not sure if it had Toxic or. Like, it may have had Toxic, as a lot of them, 99% of them do, but I was sort of hoping that it didn't, which is probably a little bit of wishful thinking. But anyway, I just went for Shell Smash regardless, and thought even if it does have Toxic, I can get a couple of Shell Smashes off and do some damage regardless. And then I can, even if I waste my Huntail, I can always swap something in afterwards to do some high damage to it. Okay, now, obviously I'm Toxic here. He's going to go for a Protect. I already saw that one coming, so I'm just going to go for another Shell Smash, boost my attack a little bit more. Even with like 3 Shell Smashes, I know that I'm not going to be doing loads to this thing. I'm expecting around half damage with maybe Crunch. That's what I was aiming for, maybe just a little bit under half. I was hoping actually to get a defense drop. That'd be really nice, but of course that's a That may or may not happen. So I just went for Crunch here. As I said, it's done a little bit under half, so it's a 3-hit KO. unfortunately, with Crunch there, so I know I'm already sort of screwed because he can easily just use Wish and Protect again, and there's not a lot of point in me staying in much longer against the thing. So I'm going to get hit hard. I'm starting to get hit pretty hard by Toxic there. I just went for another Shell Smash because I thought he may go for Protect again. I thought, oh, what the hell? Let's just go for another one. What the hell? But unfortunately, he didn't go for Protect again, and along the line, I was just going to go for another, just a Wish. Okay. I was thinking maybe Protect, left his recovery, then Wish. But that's alright, I guess. There's not really a hell of a lot now I can do with my Huntail. He's mainly just fodder. So I thought, well, this turn he's obviously going to predict. I'm obviously going to predict his Protect this turn because he had to go for Wish or Protect. And I'm just going to go into Togetic now. I'm going to get a Toxic up on this thing. I probably should have done this a lot earlier, but I was a little bit scared of getting my my own Toxic as well. And it sort of, I guess it sort of cost me my Huntail this match. But that's alright, I guess. I was hoping actually to get a burn there, because I know obviously I knew this thing was carrying Toxic. But I didn't, which sort of sucked. But that's okay. So I get the Toxic off on Big Love Disc anyway. I'm just going to call that, it's easier. So predicting a Toxic, I don't really want to stand against that thing. I'm just going to go straight back into my Huntail. So I know there's rocks up on the field, and it's just a free round of Toxic damage. I may as well just do that. He's not really much use anymore. Okay, so we went for Scald, surprisingly. I thought I'd go for Toxic again. That's okay, guys. So I've got 2 turns of Toxic going up. Now, I knew this was obviously going to be a really tanky defensive build, probably like 252 health, 252 defense. I didn't think there was a lot in special attack here, so even with that max health, I knew I'd do loads of damage with my Choice Specs. Bug Buzz nearly takes it out, and Big Love this always has a lack of presence on the field with its terrible low base power moves, so I knew that I could easily live Scald there. Okay, so Poison is going to nearly take it out. There's not much point swapping out for regen because, you know, you don't really want to swap into a Bug Buzz Choice Specs, even with any sort of poke. And that's got that out of the way. So that was a really long part of the battle getting past that thing, but I probably should have been a little bit more patient, but what the hell. I got past it, and in the end, eventually, that was the point. So I know this is not going to outspeed me because I already know what its item is. I know what its base speed is. I've used Butterfree loads of times, and that's going to go down easily. That Stealth Rock really helped there, so that was good thing my Pro Pass put that up. Now I wasn't sure still wasn't sure what item this thing had. I was a little bit like skeptical to stay in against it. I know that had Stealth Rocks on the field, but I thought, well, I can survive one more swap in. Let's frisk its item out and see what it is. Since Fire isn't going to be too useful this battle, so I get the frisk on his Focus Sash, which is an interesting item to put on Lopunny. Okay, so that's going to take me out pretty much. Next turn, I was hoping that I could wake up here and get a Sucker Punch off here, but unfortunately I don't, so I'm going to go down to the return, but that's okay. His main job here was to figure out what item it had, and a very interesting one at that. So yeah, most of the time you see Choice Specs run on this because obviously plus negates the item. So let's go for the Focus Blast, and that's going to take it out, which is good. I hit this time. I was really happy about hitting. Okay, so I'm Spect, obviously. Now, the outcomes of this thing, I know that I can hit this thing pretty hard with it as well, but it's got Quick Attack. Sorry, I had a cough there, but had Quick Attack, so happens, you know, I couldn't really swap it out either because it's Stealth. So into Marowak here, I knew that I could probably live any attack this thing threw at me, but it goes for Hypnosis. I'm like, God damn, I wasn't expecting that. So, and it hit too. I never hit with Hypnosis. So that's going to put me asleep, which sucks. Marowak is a nice, just a powerful poke in general. Most of the time secures me at least 1 kill and heavy damage to any slower pokes. Okay, he's going to go for the power, whoa, a bit of lag there. He's going to go for the Power Herb, Sky Attack and crits me and takes me down. I think that could have mattered, but that's just how things go sometimes. So straight into Pro Pass. I was starting to get a little bit desperate for pokes here because I really only have my Pro Pass and my Togetic left, my 2 tanks. Out comes the Big Rock. Now, I was a bit scared of this thing because I know how much attack it's got, and it's very, very massive attack. So I just went for Volt Switch anyway. I wish I went for Earth Power, predicting that, but I didn't. I really couldn't miss a. I missed the Volt Switch if it did sort of stay in. So to Togetic again, I know that I'm going to outspeed, so I might as well just go straight here for Roost, get some health back, because I'm going to get destroyed. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for Stone Edge here or something else, but it turns out he went for actually Iron Head, so that hits me really hard, does about 3/4 damage to me. I just went for a Roost here again. I'm sort of just roosting away what to do here. What are my options in this battle? Should I swap out and swap back in and then go for the Earth Power, then try and roost back with Togetic when it comes back in? Like, I was really starting to think of my options. He actually misclicked there with Stealth Rock right there, so that's obviously you wouldn't use Stealth Rock twice, so it was a bit of a bummer on his part because that did actually allow me to get a Toxic off. Now, really all I needed to do here was just spam Roost and really wait this thing out. I couldn't actually do much damage to it. I only had Flamethrower and Ancient Power, and I could not risk that really tiny damage against it. And I didn't want to risk my Togetic either. I mean, maybe if that didn't happen, I could have. I was half thinking, well, I'm going to swap in my, I could swap in my Propass next turn, use Earth Power, get rid of it. Then I probably still would have hit him really hard with Volt Switch. I don't think he had to hit me either. So anyway, into Propass again. I just swapped out here because I didn't want to take any more damage, and I thought, well, I might as well get all that toxic damage, and I know I can take any attack this thing really throws at me, so that's good. And the toxic damage is going to take that out as well. So that's Gigalith down. Now the last poke was the Unpheasant. I knew that I could definitely do some nice damage to this with Volt Switch as well. Wasn't sure what move he was going to actually hit me with. I was scared of Hypnosis as well. But he's going to go for U-turn again, which is interesting, which really proves that he didn't really have much to hit me with at all, and sort of wanted to get some momentum for a different poke, I guess. So in comes Pyroar. They're both weak to rocks. This team was actually very weak to rocks, so it was a very good thing that I had them set up. It really did help me out. Okay, I think I went for Volt Switch. Yeah, so I went for Volt Switch here. So I wanted to get a bit of momentum myself. It's like double momentum. Now, I knew that I could do very well against this thing because I am a special defense wall. I mean, if I lost it before, I did actually have rest, and I may have been able to stall it out, then use Earth Power to kill the Pyro as well. So I did have Propass just in case that I lost Togetic, but I much prefer having my Togetic for sure. I just went for Roost here, probably, so getting my health back, which is a definite thing there, because that's Stealth Rock on the field. Now, he's going to go for Sky Attack. Okay, so without the Power Herb, this is obviously his most strongest attack, and without that boost from the Power Herb, that's going to leave him wide open for an Ancient Power. Plus all the Stealth Rock damage and stuff too really was starting to stack up on the U-turns and all the swaps and stuff, so it was very quite handy. And definitely a Rapid Spinner would have been nice on the other side of the field. Okay, anyway, so I knew this thing would probably have Flamethrower Overheat. Wasn't too sure whether it was Specs or anything like that. It hits me with Overheat, and it does nearly half health, so I'm like, yep, that's definitely Specs. Has to be. And I'm just going to go straight for the Ancient Power here. I almost was going to swap in my Probopass to that attack, but I didn't. So anyway, good game, and that was really some interesting pokes there used for sure. Hope you guys like my new team. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this. Peace out, everyone.